Today I want to discuss a mindset that the betrayed has towards the recovery of the unfaithful spouse. And I'm pretty confident, and I'm not always that confident, but today I'm pretty confident that I really understand the heart of the betrayed on this matter. I know that I understand the heart of the unfaithful, but betrayed, certainly chime in because I want to get your thoughts, because I'm sure in this however many minute blog I won't cover everything. But the question comes to me quite often is that, what if you're uncertain about your marriage? What if you're uncertain, should you still do the recovery work? The answer to that is absolutely, because you don't know if you should save your marriage or not until you do the right work. Because the right recovery work is going to reveal the heart of the unfaithful, the dysfunction, how deep the addiction goes if there's an addiction, if they really want to get help. Doing work, even though you're unsure, is going to help the betrayed spouse get an idea for what's inside of them. Can they get over it? Can they forgive it? Can they move through the triggers and the pain and the hurt and the chaos? It's also going to reveal how serious, or unfortunately, how uncommitted the unfaithful is to the recovery process. Here is a point I want to really drive home. If the unfaithful is only going to do recovery work when they are sure the marriage is going to be restored, or they are sure that the betrayed is going to forgive them and work through it, there's a big problem with that. Let me say it a different way. If you, the unfaithful, are only going to agree to do recovery work or go to a weekend intensive or read this or do that or participate in this when you're sure that the marriage is going to be restored, that is a huge red flag for any expert dealing with infidelity, and certainly for a betrayed spouse. Here's what you have to consider. What you're saying as an unfaithful is, I need to know that you're going to forgive me. I need to know that you're going to save the marriage with me, and then I'll do everything that you ask. The problem is, you as an unfaithful are trying to remain in control again. You're trying to bully your spouse, and you're trying to control the situation, and quite frankly, a large part of recovery for you as an unfaithful is surrendering control and only taking control and ownership of your own life and your own actions. You cannot rush, hurry, or make your betrayed spouse forgive you. I assure you that's what the betrayed want. The betrayed spouse wants to know that you, the unfaithful, are going to do recovery work even if they are unsure about saving the marriage. They want to know the motives behind your recovery. Are you willing to get healthy? Are you willing to find empathy? Are you willing to find remorse? Are you willing to find out why you did what you did? Are you willing to tackle the dysfunction inside of you? Are you willing to do recovery work even though you don't know if they're going to forgive you and be willing to reconcile? Because if you're not, then that speaks to the insincerity of your recovery, and that you're just trying to get your marriage back, you're just trying to pacify your betrayed spouse, or you just want to not be alone. You're not genuinely trying to get healthy and find out what inside of you is broken or wrecked that made you have the affair in the first place. I would encourage you, betrayed, it's okay to have this mindset. Now, listen, if you are convinced that you want to save your marriages and you guys are going at it because both of you are on the same page, wonderful. For me, that wasn't the case. Early on, Samantha said to me, quite frankly, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see the work of your recovery, the payout of your recovery. We'll see how things go. If you can show me that you're serious and that you're willing to live a safe life, then I don't see why we can't work through this. But if you're just going to do work to pacify me, because that's what we as unfaithfuls do. Sometimes we do recovery work so the betrayed spouse will just leave us alone, or so the betrayed spouse will just shut up and stop talking about it, or the betrayed spouse will just get over it and we can have a couple of different weeks or months of good, healthy living until we have another blow up and then we got to do something else again. I know you think, Do they really, the unfaithful, think like that? A lot of them do, because I did, especially early on. What I really want to implore you to do today, unfaithful, commit to doing recovery work, even if your spouse won't tell you if they're willing to save the marriage. Commit to do work because it's the right thing to do. Commit to do recovery work. Just because there's a principle, you're either, with every action, every week, every month, every response, and hear me real good, unfaithful, with every response, you're either pushing your betrayed spouse further away or you're wooing them back slowly but surely by living a safe life, willing to get healthy because you know you have to get healthy, not getting lost in, if you will forgive me, I'll do recovery work. No, it's backwards. You've got to do recovery work to give your spouse a chance to see the changes inside of you, to see the fact that you are wanting to get healthy and find out why this has happened in the first place, and that you're willing to roll the dice at a mere chance of seeing your marriage restored.